Hello, welcome back to the OJDR0020 channel. In this video, we are gonna make the Serenity dress, which is the first dress I've ever made since I was pregnant. It's comfortable and has a lovely feature with a puff sleeve and ruffle. Also, it has a side pocket so you can keep your small stuffs. I am 165 cm tall and use the size M pattern. Please refer to the comparison of photos from the 32nd and 19th weeks of pregnancy. And since the shoulders have elastic banding, you can wear it in two versions. Depending on the fabric, it gives luxurious feel, so you can wear it differently depending on the occasion. I recently wore it to the after party at my wedding. More information about the PDF patterns and instruction can be found in the description below. And there is a video on how to print the pattern and how to assemble it. Please refer to the link above. These are the fabric and material that I will use today. I used the soft and light double gauze muslin fabric and stretchy 6mm, 8mm elastic band and elastic thread. Draw the shirring line indicated in the pattern on the outer fabric. You can add or subtract as many lines as you like. And please make sure to mark the pocket notches. Overlock the upper seam allowance. After overlocking, draw a 4 cm line inside the fabric. Then press the seam allowance according to the drawn line, then sew 1.5 cm apart. Attach the elastic band to the safety pin or band clipper and insert it into the tunnel. Once end of elastic reaches end of casing opening, sew in place with 0.7 cm seam allowance. On the other side, sew the band to the seam allowance as well. Now sew according to the drawn shirring line. First, test it on the remaining fabric, then sew it along the drawn shirring line. Adjust the upper straight tension to 7 to 8 and the stitch length to 4 and wind the elastic thread around by hand. This is finished shirred piece. This is a dress with no distinction between front and back, sew the other side body in the same way. Make notch marks on the pockets and dress according to the pattern. Iron the interfacing tail onto the front pocket and front side edge. Put the pocket and dress right sides together and sew with 1 cm seam allowance between the notches. Then understitch the pocket piece between the notches. And clip the seam allowance right at the notches. Press the pocket toward the front piece with the corners outside. Then put the front pocket and back pocket right sides together and sew with 1 cm seam allowance, then overlock. Both pockets are sewn. Overlock the side seams of the dress. Then place the front piece and back piece right sides together and sew with 1 cm seam allowance. After sewing, press the side seams open. To make the pocket opening stronger, place the pocket facing the front and back stitches near the opening. Overlock the side seams of the ruffle pieces. Then place the front piece and back piece right sides together and sew with 1 cm seam allowance. After sewing, press the side seams open. Make gathers at 0.7 cm and 1.3 cm intervals between the side seams. Fold the hem of the ruffle 0.5 cm to wide and sew. This is my secret hem sewing tool. Please refer to the link above for information about this tool. After sewing the hem, finish the ruffle with an iron. To easily sew the ruffle, be sure to mark the center notch of the dress and ruffle. After marking, pin the center and side seam first. Then, adjust the gathers to suit the width of the dress and sew 1 cm, and then overlock. Remove the visible thread that was made for gathering. Overlock the upper and bottom hems of the sleeves and the side seams. After overlocking, draw 4 cm seam allowance on the inside upper hem of the sleeve. Press the seam allowance according to the drawn line, then sew 1.5 cm apart. Attach the elastic band to the safety pin or band clipper and insert it into the tunnel. Once end of elastic reaches end of casing opening, sew in place with 0.7 cm seam allowance. On the other side, sew the band to the seam allowance as well. Draw 3 cm seam allowance on the inside bottom hem of the sleeve. Press the seam allowance according to the line you drew. Put the sleeve right sides together and sew with 1 cm seam allowance along the side seams of the sleeves. Then press the side seams open. And leave an opening around 4 cm and sew 1 cm of the hem. After inserting the band, secure with a pin so that the band does not fall out. Sew the band that came out of the opening. Please try on the sleeve first and check whether the elastic band size is comfortable. Stitch the opening of the sleeve hem. The sleeves are complete. The sleeves has no distinction between front and back. Sew the other sleeve in the same way. Finally, sew the sleeves and body together. Put the bodice and sleeves right sides together and sew with 1 cm seam allowance and overlock. And now the dress is complete. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you like this project. Enjoy your sewing. Bye.